MET.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. I'm Mayor Michael Sanchez. We're happy to have you. We got a lot of things going on. There's a lot of things in the world, and of course, one of them happens to be Applebee's. Applebee's is we got. Well, a little bit later, we're going to talk to Applebee's about some of the stuff they got going on, and we always say, support. Take care of us, take care of all the things that we got going on. I'm not going to lie, I'm looking at the, I don't even know how to show you without slowing down my connection to you guys, but man, they've got some food that looks amazing, and if I showed this to you right now, you'd be like, how do I have this right now? And it's the 2 for $25 menu. I'll try bringing it up here. Yeah, it's, I will say this. There's a lot of people that go, okay, I want food, but I really want, like something that I can like really sink my teeth into, right? And that's exactly what this is. It's stuff you could put your teeth into and then some. Like it looks delicious. So let me see if I can bring this up without like, and if you're following us on the radio, we know we're all audio, and Alexa as well. We're also on the TuneIn app. We got multiple options for you to check out. But, when you see this, you kind of go, okay, that looks amazing. I don't know if it's ready to go. Let's see if it's ready to go. Oh, there it is. It's right on my face. But look at that. How amazing does that look? Like, forget me, but did you see that? That looks amazing. That steak is amazing. We got to work on that. I just pulled that up. Anyway, so they got a lot of things there, and so it says steak is back on the 2 for $25 menu. Who knew? Limited time, and of course, each and every different Applebee's operates differently. But we'll talk to our very own general manager over at Applebee's, Bill Narby. They also have $6 sips on the beach. That looks amazing. With the Mucho Mai Tai, Captain Morgan. Again, drink responsibly. The new Passion on the Peach with Tito's handmade vodka and Ocean Spray. I'm not going to lie, I don't really like Ocean Spray, but I haven't had it like that. So I think they say it's refreshing. Is it refreshing? It's refreshing? Okay. So that. We got a lot of things going on in the world. Jesse taking the day off, but there are things happening. And I say, you know what? You got to be careful out there. I've been seeing some stories, and I say, okay, got it. I look at some things, I say, okay, got it. And I go, what's going on? Are people getting information again that is kind of like, or are people just jumping the gun? And I say this, and I think people are kind of like not really getting it. We're not over coronavirus. When we have, coronavirus gone 100%, I think that should be announced. I think people jumped the gun when it came to like the World Health Organization, which said, okay, it's no longer an emergency. And then it was combined with, oh, by the way, there are a lot of things happening, here. And you got to remember, it's campaign season. When it's campaign season, everybody suddenly says, oh, everything's fine. But again, they're going into that mode of, okay, so everybody's against, Biden had a good first couple of years, as every president does in the first couple of years. But when they come back to the third, fourth year, all of a sudden they start going, okay, now they, put everything under the gun, right? So you're seeing a lot of that. The point is this, you got to read the whole story of the World Health Organization. They, in essence, said, okay, it's not an emergency, meaning we can relax a bit, okay, in essence, right? We can relax a bit. Doesn't mean it's gone, okay? So I know a lot of you out there are kind of like, oh, that makes sense. But others are like, oh, it's gone. And you're like, whoa, you jumped the gun. It's kind of like kids, when they have, okay, maybe you remember going to school, right? And they said, okay, we have the day off. That doesn't mean you don't study for the next day. It doesn't mean school is over, right? Until you graduate. And even then, some say, yeah, but there's more beyond that. So you get it. So you got to be careful of that. Because a lot of people are just all over the place with that. And we are not the one who says, okay, we're going to talk about this every single day, because we really haven't. We've actually put some fun stuff out there. Go check us out on social media, KMET 1490 AM. We have a lot of good shows, by the way. But, you just got to be careful with the information that's out there, I guess I say, and read it all the way through. And people jump the gun. They read the headline. They go, oh, that must mean it's over. Okay. Or you see headlines. I I remember seeing one that says, "Oh, in the pandemic era," and I'm like, dude, you're acting like we're in the 2030 stage and we're like, the Great Depression is over. It's just, so that's the point. So you got to be careful with that. That's number one. Number two, you got to remember it's still around. And number three, you got to remember, although we don't always talk about it every single day because we don't want to bore you to death, it's still a thing. So you still got to be careful, okay? Because I know a lot of people are already lax. A lot of people, you're not going to see masks. I still wear one. I have one right here, just ready to go. People are still getting sick. People are still feeling like, oh, what do I do? And I say, just remember, take care of it. It's still a thing. I've had a couple friends, technically of friends, that recently died just this week alone. And one is in the hospital, technically of a seizure. Again, and I was like, wow. So people are getting sick. And when you check in on one another, you say, hey, how are people? You find out, unless you're like, with your own family and you're, good to go, you kind of know others are kind of, because they don't always post on social media. I don't, do they? Some do? Okay, that makes sense. So you got to be careful there. So I'm kind of the guy in the room again that says, hey guys, we're not over it. I want to be over it because honestly, I want my mother to go out and about and not worry. She has diabetes. Now, thankfully she's alive, and it's not like she doesn't go out. But I say, hey, Ma, can you just wear a mask just in case? It's not 100%. I keep saying this, but I say just in case. But right now, I feel like the dummy in the room, not going to lie. Because I go places, and I wear a mask, and I'm like, I'm the only one wearing a mask. So they're like, you see the look like, why are you wearing a mask? That's dumb. I go, because I'm not the one to say, it's still around. And they go, look, it just got, if you're going to say anything, say it got downgraded. It got downgraded. And certain protections expire, meaning all those things like, okay, when it first started, people remember moratorium. Moratorium sounds like such a, it just sounds, I don't know why I think when I hear moratorium, it sounds like a plague, right? The moratorium. But in a way, that's not what you want. That's not what anyone wants. We want, it is? Oh, okay, of course it is. But we don't want it to end, is my point. So you jumped the gun. You go, wait, well, that is what we want. But I wasn't done. That's the same announcement as the World Health Organization. They, in essence, said the same thing, but you didn't wait all the way through because you just read the headline or you just said, oh, they said it's over. No. Government has said it's over because certain protections have expired, like the moratorium. Moratorium expired in certain states, and then in certain states, they actually kept it going. Perfect example, Newsom, right? People love him, they hate him, right? Newsom got reelected. He said he was going to extend the moratorium. It wasn't extended. So 2023, I don't know what happened. They didn't report it, but I keep saying this, we're going to go through a bunch of foreclosures, okay? We're going to go through them. That's just going to happen. So I say if you have someone that that's a bankruptcy attorney, that may be your only way out. I know people that go, what? No, I don't want to do that, but you have maybe so much, and that's the thing. The protections are gone, okay? But again, we're going into the season of, hey, vote for me. So now you're going to have a lot of people just, go, well, whatever, it's over. The World Health Organization, they agree, blah, 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 blah. They're throwing out vaccines, Technically, those were the vaccines from 2020. Hold on, let me see. When did they first come out? I think, wasn't it 2021? Yeah, were we in 2023? Yeah, man, oh man, it's been a long one. But 2021, they're throwing out like Johnson & Johnson. Just read that report. Johnson & Johnson vaccines are thrown out. But some are like, well, they didn't use them. Yeah, they didn't use them because they were using the others, Moderna and Pfizer. Now, I heard recently, but I was like, what? Are you talking about the one that came out in fall of 2020? What is it? We're now in 2020. Oh, yeah, 2022. Because the latest ones, I still have not seen them released. I know at first they said, okay, it's for 70 and up. I think it was like 75 or something. I'm like, why did they put it up again? Because at first, if you remember last year, they did down to like, I think they dropped it to 50, from 65 to 50. Again, I'm like, why 50? And so they're all over the place, right? They're all over the place. So I say, okay, whatever, just let it go. But again, they go, okay, there may be a vaccine later this year, but why do you need a vaccine at all if it's a thing that, people are all right from it? And then you got to remember it mutates, okay? So you got to look at the world scene. Then you say, okay, so I say, look at world news, and then you'll figure it out, okay? But everybody's in campaign season in the U.S. That's what you have to remember, okay? We don't really do campaign. And honestly, before coronavirus, we never talked about campaign. It may have been mentioned. They said, oh, can you interview this person, this person, this person? I said, yeah, sure, I'll interview whoever you want me to interview. But, that's my job. That's what I do. But I didn't talk politics honestly until after coronavirus because it was really impacting people. And as everyone knows, it's kind of it's a personal thing because my sister had it. And when people said it's not real back in 2020, again, we've got how many people that have been dead since? They said over 7 million. Some estimates are 8 million, but I don't know. Math's all over the place, especially long haul. They're talking about long haul, so that's still a thing. And technically, it still can mutate. So that's what you need to know. Oh, avian flu is here. I know, I'm that show right now. Sad, sad, sad. Avian flu is actually a thing. If you go do research on that, it's been a thing actually in the last couple of years. More on the East Coast and maybe like certain parts in the middle of America is what you would say. So that's what you need to know. But they call it something that you need to know, and some say that sounds like coronavirus. Well, in essence, it is a form of, and I think it's H. Hold on, let me bring it up because it's been the news. We just didn't talk about it yesterday because I don't want to be that guy. But yeah, it's here in California, and what they're doing actually, and they already put a bunch of birds down. You know prices. You're probably going, why are prices so high when it comes to eggs? That's why they had to cut down on the birds, right? Because they were getting sick, and so they said bye bye. Millions of birds gone, bye bye. And I'm talking about poultry, right? Poultry, bye bye. So I know you go to Walmart and you're like, you get it for real cheap. I get that. So some places are all over the place. Oh, here it is. H5N1. They're calling it, at least in Brazil. Let's see. The virus that's ravaged poultry flocks in the U.S. and Europe have hit Brazil. Yeah, they're calling it the bird flu pandemic. I know that word. You're just like, that is so damn just. Wait, what? Because you should be concerned about that. If you see a bird, I think we talked about this last year sometime. I said, if you see a bird on the street and you see it struggling, do not go near it. It may have, and that's the problem. The reason they kill so many isn't because they go a little like off, because they do. And they don't have like the runny nose or anything. They get sick and they die. Okay, they go bye-bye. So you got to be careful of that. You got to remember it can hurt you long term. Like let's say you have a bird at home. I know some people have a little, I've seen those cute videos. They have parakeets and little like cockatiels. But if they get sick and they get out in the wild, and that's the thing, when they mix, okay, they're safe at home. You're fine. Okay, I had a friend who has a chicken. Okay, granted that chicken's now dead. But she got rid of the chicken. That she brought the chicken back because they were taking care of her chicken. He was a golden chicken, they would say. Okay, I can't even make this up. But if he got with those other birds and they got the flu, the avian flu, well, they'd have to be put down because they could give it to human. That's always, the possibility. That's why when people hear avian flu, they go, yeah. And then you have swine flu. We don't have swine flu right now here. But we do have the avian flu, and it's kind of all over the place here in the States. So that kind of went out without even being noticed. So we're like, okay, got it. So you got to be careful. But it's all over the place. Here's another story. Bird flu. That's what they're calling bird flu. But yeah, for some reason when I hear bird flu, you go, that's not a thing. Big deal. It's a flu. Who cares? When you hear avian flu, I don't know. It's the same thing. One sounds more extreme than the other. I don't know. It says detected in workers in the UK. Yeah. Oh, in the people. No transmission between. Oh, wait. Wow, I'm so confused. It says detected in 2 poultry workers in the UK. No transmission between people. I don't know what that means. See, that story is confusing. I just got confused by that story. Anyway, the point is, it can go from bird to people like that. So if you see one, don't go near it. If you have a kid, it goes, oh my God, poor bird, and they bring it home. Call the authorities. Have them, get that thing and then get you taken care of. Okay, they do have, at least for the condors here in California, a vaccine to give them because they say, man, they're dying off. So it's killing a lot of birds. So if did you see bees attacking someone? That's a thing. So do they have it too? Are they going cray? They are. Okay. You know who else is going cray? We're going cray. We're going to be back with someone else who's not so cray, but can bring some perspective when it comes to something you need, which is fun in your life, called Applebee's. Bill is going to be joined with us in a bit. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
Join Yvette Walker every Tuesday at 4 o'clock p.m. on KMET ABC News Radio, 1490 AM, FM 98.1, and Internet KMET TV for the Southern California Business Report. The show is dedicated to highlighting successful businesses and the individuals behind them. Event interviews the incredible people managing these enterprises that range from awe-inspiring sole proprietors to world-renowned organizations. The Southern California Business Report, Tuesdays at 4 o'clock p.m.
After the game, after school, after work, Applebee's is where you want to be to enjoy their bold, savory grilled steaks, salmon, or chicken. Applebee's is located where Beaumont meets Banning, just off 6th Street near Highland Springs Avenue. Applebee's started with the same philosophy they follow today. Focus on serving good food to good people in a neighborhood-style setting. Applebee's also offers car side to go when you order online. Applebee's in Beaumont, serving the Pass area. So fresh, so fast, make it Applebee's tonight.
Summer's almost here, and you know what that means. Sunny days and hot temperatures that make you want to stay inside. Franklin Mechanical Systems can repair or replace your air conditioning unit to get it working before the heat hits. For cleaning, repair, or a new installation, call them for a free estimate. Franklin Mechanical Systems is the one for all your residential and commercial air conditioning needs. Call their Beaumont office at 951-845-1000. That's 951-845-1000, and get cool today.
You're running out of letterhead. What do? Lithopass Printing. You need business cards. Now what? Lithopass Printing. Invitations to a wedding? Lithopass Printing and Banning is the answer. Lithopass Printing can provide banners, signs, and blueprints. Think of Lithopass Printing and Banning for quality graduation, birthday party, and baby shower invitations. Lithopass Printing also provides lamination, faxing, and photo prints. If you need it inked, make it Lithopass Printing. Lithopass Printing and Banning.
Mattress Brothers Overstock Mattress Sale. Just $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. $3.99. Check out Mattress Brothers $3.99 Overstock Sale. Mattress Brothers at 120 West Redlands Boulevard in Redlands. The $3.99 Overstock Sale is on now. $3.99 for a foam-encased queen pillow top set. Mattress Brothers also has locations in Hemet, Riverside, and Palm Desert. The $3.99 Queen Pillow Top Sale on now.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. We are happy to have our very own Applebee's with us. What's going on in the world, Applebee's?
Good morning, Aaron, Jesse, and all the KMET listeners. Yeah, we just started a new campaign, a campaign we can all agree on. Our So Much to Share campaign, and you can get steak for the 2 for $25. And usually when you get steak, it's a little bit more than $25, but right now you can get 2 steaks, 2 6-ounce steaks, an appetizer for $25. And then what's more, we're going to go ahead and put a 10% discount on top of that for being a KMET listener. So that's a pretty good deal.
That's a great deal, man. I'm looking if those are tuning in, you know, on our broadcast when it comes to video. We're showing the plates that look delicious, and I see with the steaks some also sides like broccoli and mashed potatoes, and then on the other side, wait, so 2 for $25. What's the other dish that you could do?
Well, 2 for $25. It's a 2 for menu, we call it, and right now, you know, you can mix and match different entrees, and it can get you all the way up to $35. There's a $25 level, there's a $30 level, and there's a $35 level. You can mix and match. But right now, normally the 2 6-ounce steaks are on the 2 for $30 level, but right now for this promotion, we are bringing them down to the 2 for $25.
Okay, that looks amazing. It looks just delicious. I know you got stuff that you could get ready to go. Do people order to go a lot, or do they eat there mostly? Because I know every Applebee's is different. And again, if you're in the area where, you know, we're talking about, which happens to be in our backyard, but not necessarily all around the world, you know, it just depends. But what's it like there at your? Did you ever meet with the corporate other Applebee's and say, hey, this is what we're doing, this is why it's working, or this is what we're doing, this is why it's not working?
Oh, yeah, and, you know, here our to-go is about 15% of our business, and our, you know, it gets a lot higher in some of the colder areas. My particular franchise is based out of North Dakota, and so sometimes those North Dakota restaurants, they can get up to 30 or 40% to-go, but here in sunny California, we're about 15 to 20% of our business is to go.
Well, that makes sense, actually. All right, so again, if you're in the area, Beaumont and Banning is where it's at. You could always, again, just say, hey, by the way, and please say it more than once, because they forget after the first time, so please say it more than once. Also, I'm looking at your drinks. It looks like they kind of kept, well, they have the Mucho Mai Tai and the Passion on the Beach. It's on the website. Can you tell me which one's the best, or is there another drink that maybe you should order?
Well, that's part of our new program, and that is $6 sips on the beach. So for each one of those is $6. The Mucho Mai Tai, which is made with Captain Morgan spiced rum, and we got pineapple, lime, and orange juice, and it's topped with a lemon lime soda and a pineapple gummy. And then we have the Passion on the Beach, which is made with Tito's, handmade vodka, ocean spray cranberry, and passion fruit, peach schnapps, orange juice. And each one is $6, and they are served on a mucho glass, which is a larger glass. And our featured beer is Kona Big Wave.
Oh, man, it's all about summer coming up. I guarantee it. Okay, I'm excited. I'm not going to lie. I will say this. I appreciate all the things that you guys do. I always say it, and I say thank you for keeping it clean. Thank you for keeping it good. Thank you for keeping it amazing. I know you really... a lot of your work. How are your workers doing ever since COVID?
Of course, during COVID was a tough time. Right now it was very difficult to find employees, but right now, honestly, it's a lot easier, and so much so that I unfortunately don't have enough jobs for everybody that wants one.
Well, yeah, that actually makes sense. Everyone's like, dude, I need money, man. Everything's gone up. So I appreciate specials like this, which are keeping it. Where it's obviously, I could afford this, you know what I mean? And I could take someone and I could say, hey, let's do some biz, let's do some fun, and let's go and take care of each other. We got to talk to the station, because I haven't met with the station in quite a while, ever since COVID. I know one of them was like, I don't want to get my mother sick, and the other one was like, I don't want to get my family sick, and I'm like, okay. So they didn't want to meet, so I'm like, all right. But I'm like, well, I think we're over the worst of it. I mean, you guys are safe and sound there, so I think maybe we could do that. Maybe we can make it at Applebee's. So I want to say thank you for spending time with us, and we'll see you next week.
It's been my pleasure. See you down at Applebee's.
All right. Again, go mention KMET 1490 AM. They'll give you a discount. It's additional. On some of the specials, it's already really good. So, but on some of the stuff that, is higher, of course, just say, hey, by the way, and they'll say, yeah, sure, no problem. All right, we'll take a break here. We'll be back. What? Oh, okay. All right. We're seeing if our guys, I know some of you have requested, you said, hey, can they do this show? Because you're like, they're better than you. I said, well, that depends. So we'll see about that. We don't know. But we'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
This is Bernadette, the host of One Life Radio, your number one source for alternative and holistic health since 2011. One Life Radio is designed to educate and inspire. Visit us at oneliferadio.com, because you get one body, you get one mind, and you get one life. Get out there today and make the most of it. Tune in weekdays at 1 p.m. on 1490 KMET Smart Talk, ABC News Radio.
We're in the studio with Fred Penny, managing attorney with Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers. Fred, tell us, what makes you the number one choice for handling personal injury cases?
Most of our firm is made up of former insurance company trial lawyers with extensive experience handling all types of personal injury matters. We believe that gives us a distinct advantage.
That's Penny & Associates Injury Lawyers, with locations throughout California. For a free consultation, go to pennyandassociates.com or call 1-800-616-4-LAW. That's 1-800-616-4-LAW.
Are you paying rent because you think you cannot afford to live in your dream home? Are you renting because you don't believe that you have the down payment funds to purchase your own home? The Siegel Lending Team at ronismylender.com has up to $25,000 to help qualified people purchase their own home at amazing interest rates. Contact the Siegel Lending Team today at ronismylender.com. Again, ronismylender.com, license under NMLS 217037. ronismylender.com.
When you want the best performance for your vehicle, think only of Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, right off the I-10 and 60 freeways. Check out Scott's complete list of performance products on their website at hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers can recommend ways for your car or truck to get better gas mileage and cut down on emissions. Need your car or truck to pass smog only? Go to Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont. Find out all of your questions on vehicle performance by logging on to hdrinfo.com. Scott's Headers and Mufflers in Beaumont, hdrinfo.com.
Tried shipping a package lately? It's amazing how difficult and time-consuming it can be. Packing, envelopes, boxes, second-day ground, next-day air, it's all enough to give you a headache. Next time, do yourself a favor, go with the pros at the UPS store in Beaumont. They'll pack it right and let you know all your shipping options. You can also take care of everyday tasks like copies, faxing, notary services, and live scan fingerprinting. And while you're there, pay your Edison, gas company, and Verizon bills. Open extended hours Monday through Saturday. The UPS store in Beaumont, located in the Oak Valley Plaza at 1440 Beaumont Avenue. Call 951-769-5956. That's 951-769-5956. Online at the upsstorelocal.com/5027 or Google 5027.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio, KMET 1490 AM. We got a lot of things going on. We thank you always for being, we love the people that are here with us. Sometimes I don't get a look at the chat room. I'm going to go bring it up right now. If you want to follow us, do follow us. It's just follow Aaron Michael Sanchez. It happens to be me. And then let us know where you're at, what you're thinking, and what you're talking about. And then we'll be able to, kind of go in and say what we need to say in order to, okay, for example, and we also appreciate those of you that actually support. You click on some of the ads. We know Facebook, they have ads there sometimes. Sometimes they don't. Oh, got it. Okay, we've got to enable that again. YouTube as well. We thank you for following us there. And sometimes we post that and we see you guys. And I got asked the other day. Somebody said, how come you don't post on Twitter anymore? I go, I got hacked. So I've put it several times out to Twitter, and I said, because they have a support page that says if you've been hacked, do this and that. And I'm not going to lie. I thought the last time I was going to get it back, I haven't gotten it back. So if anyone knows anything about, I know they hire a new, did Musk, did he realize he may have just canned the person who was like, dude, everybody gets hacked, but I mean, Twitter gets hacked all the time. It's actually is it the first? I think it's the first time I got hacked on Twitter. I have had other people get hacked on Twiter. Our good friend Maria Rubio, she got hacked on Twitter, so she doesn't have that. And then she had to start up another one, and I'm like, oh my god. So it's hard when you have a lot of people there. So if you haven't seen me on Twitter, that's why. But there you go. Okay, we got Stephanie Reed who says, hello, happy editing and writing out scripts for this glorious sunshine, awesomeness, busy day ahead. Today, we appreciate you, Steph. There's a lot of things going on, and here's one. I hate to be that guy in the room. It says, face blindness could be rare long COVID symptom. Case report hints. See, no one's asking the question. Why is it a thing later, not at the beginning? Right? You get well from it. This person didn't die, but now they have what's called face blindness. What is face blindness, you ask? I got no idea. I haven't read the article. It says face blindness or the inability to recognize face. Oh, no, this is bad. Oh, this is bad. Oh, this is not good. Okay, this is bad. Huh. All right, I got a question on this, actually. I said it. They didn't believe me. All right, well, maybe we should get the guys weigh in on this. Sometimes they have ideas, and I go, you know what, maybe I should listen. All right, let me read the story, because they kind of want the story read, and then they could talk about what they know. They're going to do research. We have AI bots. Everybody's talking about AI. Some are going, hey, it's a great thing. Others are saying, no, they're going to take over the world. Others are saying it's going to take over, people's jobs. And I say, I don't know. It's not like they're going to take over our job. They will? Oh, never mind. I guess they got with Jess. Did they take him out? Did they get him, did they say, hey, don't be on the show? So they're taking him out and me out. We don't want them on the show. Okay, well, anyway, so we're the jury's out on that. Okay, we don't know. But here's the article, okay? It says, face blindness or the inability to recognize faces may be a rare symptom of long COVID, according to a new case. It says a case report published in March in the journal Cortex. That's a horrible journal to be on with Cortex. Yikes. Cortex is the The part of the brain that you go, I want my cortex working. Suggests a possible link between long COVID and selective face recognition problems. But for now, it's unclear if people other than the report subject have developed the condition after a bout of coronavirus. I'm so confused on this article. At first it says it may be, and then it says we're not sure. One of those. It says Annie, the case report subject. Okay, this is a particular person. Okay, here's the situation. Annie, the case report subject, fell ill with symptoms consistent with COVID-19 in March of 2020. Okay, that's a long time ago. That was actually at the beginning, right? That's a long time ago. Wow, poor thing. Oh my God, it's going to be a thing. I said it. People didn't believe me. Go look at certain research. Some people said, I had a hard time with people's names. But maybe they meant like I didn't recognize them. I had a couple of people that have had COVID say that people were messaging them and they're like, "Who are you again?" And they had I haven't had COVID, thank God, so I don't have that problem. But they had to look up their email and say, "Okay, who is that person again?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, they're young, right? They're acting like senior. Don't act like senior." But I said this would be like I don't think it's COVID. I think it's something else. But they're gonna say it's COVID. Just like this article, it's like, is it? We don't know. Maybe. We don't know, right? Anyway, it says, let's see. That June, meeting her family for the first time since the onset of her illness, she couldn't recognize her father's face. Oh, that's a brain problem. That cannot be COVID. How does COVID do that to the brain? That makes no sense. As a part-time portrait artist, Annie's noticed that she could no longer hold faces in her... Oh, she's a portrait artist. That's not good. Yeah, artists usually remember things. That's how they draw, right? That's not good. Annie noticed that she could no longer hold faces in her mind, having to continually depend on reference photos to draw rather than checking them a few times an hour as she'd previously done. So she was really good with her. Oh, this is not good. Somebody said this, and people are going, "Why are you freaking out?" Because I have friends that I have a feeling they have this. They don't know how to say it, right? There's actually a movie on the subject. They said it's a rare disease, but I don't know. Okay, it says face. So it's not what it sounds like. When you hear face blindness, I think they're terming it wrong. They shouldn't have termed it face blindness. That makes no sense, because you go, oh, okay, somehow like you're blind in the face, right? Am I wrong on this? Or like numb in the face blindness, right? Is that what it sounds like? It's not that. It's recognition of people's faces. That is not. Okay, they're saying it's a condition called prosopagnosia, which is a condition that estimated 3% of the population are born with. What? You're born with that? You don't recognize people's faces from... Well, I mean, do kids ever recognize? I don't know. Roughly 1 in 30,000 acquire as a result of damage to regions in the brain specialized for processing faces. Oh, they say that. They say certain parts of the... But don't people, like, no? Okay. In Annie's case, she apparently acquired face blindness. It's not face blindness. It's called unrecognizable faces to her mind. We should call it something like that. I'm working on it. After falling ill with COVID-19. Okay, got it. So she wasn't born with it. She had really good recognition. She was an artist. You got to remember that. It says Annie reported difficulties in navigating familiar spaces such as her local grocery store. Oh my God. How old is she? Right? Doesn't it sound like a senior? Right? You go, I know. People are saying that. They're saying, look, my senior is a senior. Right? Yeah. Oh, this is not good. I said I was going to start this way. No one believed me. No one. We talk to really smart people, but no one believes me because they say, please don't tell people. I go, oh my God. Anyway, it's out there. Let's see. At least she's honest about it. You guys, if you don't recognize things and people around you, or you go, where am I at? And you have that, let someone know. It's a thing, okay? Don't be ashamed, all right? It's a thing. Whatever they're calling it, it's a thing. But they're calling it face blindness? Again, it doesn't make sense. Okay. It says Annie reported difficulties navigating familiar spaces, such as her local grocery store. Navigational problems can occur with this. Okay, again, I think they need to rewrite this article. It says it is not the first time that an infectious disease has been associated with acquired face blindness. Sounds like numbness. Cases have been reported following bacterial meningitis, which causes inflammation of the brain and spinal cord. Okay, that makes sense. And Whipple disease, have no idea what that is. Another bacterial infection that can affect the nervous system, although such cases appear rare. Another case of a person developing face blindness after COVID-19 infection was reported in 2021 study. See, this is all coming out now. In the journal Acta Neuropsychologia. I think I got that wrong. Neuropsychologica. No, not Psychologica. Acta Neuropsychologia. There you go. I have a problem with the words. It's called, how do I make sense to my voice? My tongue. That patient, however, had also suffered a right hemisphere stroke. Sorry, which is commonly associated with acquired prosopagnosia. I think that's how it's said. Yeah. Okay, and a lot of people began a stroke. I'm not gonna lie. I know people that have gotten a stroke. Let's see. John Towler, who's a lecturer in psychology at Swansea University in UK. Sounds like a nice place, huh? Swansea. Oh, beautiful. Says for most people there is no known cause. He wasn't involved in Annie's case. He's just talking about it. Yeah. Researchers at Dartmouth College in the U.S. conducted assessments to better understand Annie's problems with face recognition. These included 4 face identity memory tests gauging Annie's ability to recognize and remember both celebrities' faces and random new to her faces. Oh, that's a thing. There's a way to test. Okay. Can we say that? Because he said it. He said he had a hard time with people's names all of a sudden. Can we say that? No? There was a certain celebrity that said it publicly. He said he was having a hard time, but I think he had COVID, right? So maybe it affected his brain. Well, maybe it's that. It says, compared with a control group of 10 women similar to Annie in age, she performed significantly worse on all 4 tests. Annie showed other symptoms of COVID. This is what a lot of people have been saying. They have brain fog, right? Including fatigue. It's unlikely that her symptoms arose from a decline in cognitive function. Her impairment appeared to be highly specific to facial recognition. Additional tests showed that her abilities to detect faces, face identity perception, the ability to perceive and cognitively process a face, recognize objects in scenes such as houses and natural scenes, and retain non-visual memories were spared. So in other words, she sees a house, she goes, okay, I get it. That's where I live. All right? But there are some people that have had brain damage, and they don't recognize anyone around them. There's a lot of stories about that. I go, wow, that's weird, Thank God for the brain and memory, okay? So in some people, the memory is getting a thing when it comes to maybe the virus or something else. Okay, they're still trying to figure out. I think coronavirus is going to be blamed for so many things. Then later, they're going to say, oh, it wasn't coronavirus, it was this. Let's see. Lead author of the study and a doctoral student at Dartmouth says it's not necessarily surprising that a disease has such a profound impact on the brain and it can lead to impairments. What is really interesting is that it is such a selective and highly specific impairment. I don't know what she means by that, right? Well, what does that mean specific? Well, certain, people versus, things. Oh, that makes sense. Okay. It says, in mild cases, COVID has been linked to structural changes in the brain. What? No. This is a thing? I thought people said, oh, I'm done. They're like, oh, I got the sniffles. I got, my body feels bad. But they didn't say anything about, well, that would explain the fog in the brain, the confusion. Oh man, you got to take care of that. I know some people, they went weird during that time, so maybe that's the thing. Yeah. It says research so far indicates that the brain structures such as the limbic and olfactory cortical system are those most affected by the coronavirus we're talking about. It's unclear exactly how COVID may have contributed to her sudden, they're calling it face blindness. It's not face blindness. Again, does it sound like numbness of the face? Annie's case raises the question as to whether other people with long COVID may be affected with similar symptoms. Some would say this is a prelude to Alzheimer's, just so you know. People get this. There's a test. And they actually say, do you recognize this person? They give a celebrity. But you got to know the person, right? I remember when my mom, I'm like, do you know Keanu Reeves? She's like, who's Keanu? But she didn't know until I showed her. That's different. But then you show a picture and you go, that's Keanu, and she, she just had moments like that. She's like, I haven't seen that show, and I go, you just saw it the other day. I did. All right, so we gotta take care of that. But yes, this is a pandemic. Let's see. Okay, we'll get some stories. I don't think the guys are ready. I don't think they want to talk. This is kind of extreme. But anyway, there you go. That's the story we're going to stick to. Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this. Stay tuned.
The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning is distinctively suited for your travel time out of the car. Off the road, you'll find a courteous, welcoming staff in spacious rooms with desks, flat-screen HD TVs, and comfortable furnishings. Enjoy the complimentary breakfast buffet, high-speed internet, and fitness center and pool. The Holiday Inn Express and Suites in Banning, conveniently located off the I-10 near golf, gaming, and entertainment. For reservations and information, call 951-572-5500. That's 951-572-5500, or go online at hiebanning.com.
New teen driver in the family? Just bought your first home? Have a new bundle of joy? Every life change matters, and by reviewing your insurance policy with Little & Sons Insurance Services, you could be benefiting with big savings. Little & Sons Insurance Services, a family-owned insurance agency who values the old-fashioned way of doing business. They work for you, not an insurance company, meaning your best interests are at heart. They can custom tailor your policy based on specific needs at a price you can afford. Home, auto, or business, you're covered. Call 1-844-9-LITTLE. That's 1-844-9-LITTLE, or go online to little, the letter N, sons.com. That's littlensons.com.
Jitters Coffee, a coffee shop that gives a double shot of quality. We offer top shelf coffee at a great price. Brewed hot or cold, you won't find a better cup of joe. Not a coffee connoisseur? Then try our Red Bull infusions to energize your day. We also have delicious pastries and sweets, baked in-house or flown in from the best bakeries in the country. Jitters Coffee. Come on in and enjoy your jitters.
Check out our newest location located in downtown Banning at the corner of Ramsey and San Gorgonio.
All aspects of divorce are up for discussion on Divorcing Your Mortgage, Fridays at 4 o'clock p.m. Pacific Time. Divorcing Your Mortgage with your host Mark Gertz will emphasize finances in real estate. Mark is a certified divorce lending professional and along with guest experts will cover the entire spectrum of divorce in America. What you don't know can hurt you. Find out what you need to know every Friday afternoon at 4 p.m. Help find solutions to your financial uncoupling on Divorcing Your Mortgage.
Take KMET 1490 AM with you everywhere you go by downloading our free smartphone apps found on the KMET website, KMET1490am.com. You can also go to the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store on your phone to download the free app. Now you can listen live or play any of your favorite programmers' podcasts using your smartphone. Go to KMET1490am.com and download your free phone app today.
Everybody loves to hear what Grandpa has to say because Grandpa speaks with wisdom. Here on KMET, Saturday morning at 9 a.m. Be sure to listen.
That's right. It's the morning show here on ABC News Radio KMET 1490 AM. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we got a lot of things going on. I will say this. This was sent in. And I think we should talk about it. I saw it briefly. I didn't really read the story. Evidently, someone said, does he have a TikTok account? I don't think he does. I don't think he even has one. Does he know what TikTok is about? How many kids are going to be upset with this guy? Right? No one's asking the question. I guarantee it's political season. This is what they do. I guarantee he's going to rag. There's a couple like stories on this, and I'm like, you're kidding me. Here it is. Montana bans TikTok use. Okay, that's the big headline. Then there's another headline with it that says, but enforcement will not be on individuals. What? What does that mean? That makes no sense. It says implementing the law will be challenging. You think? How is he banning it? How is he? Okay, this is what the story reads. Okay, Montana has officially now remember it's one person. Okay, it doesn't mean are other states going to go this way? Everybody's like, I guarantee it's a political thing. Is he running? He's running, huh? I guarantee he's running. Here it is. Okay, here's the guy. Montana has officially become the first U.S. state to ban TikTok after Republican Governor Greg. Dude, Republicans are going to be like, we're cool. Kids are going to be like, you're not cool. You just limited my TikTok use. He signed the bill into law. Wow. Why do they always do things on Wednesday? I don't know. It says the law is set to take effect January 2024. Is likely to be. You think? You think people are going to challenge this? Oh my God. It says to protect Montanans' personal and private data from the Chinese Communist Party. They're using that word again? Oh, no. We're going backwards. Come on. Don't use that. That was a while ago. All right. This is what he wrote on Twitter. At least he uses Twitter. You can follow him. Governor Greg Gianforte. Gianforte. How do you say that? It says to protect Montana's personal and private data from the Chinese Communist Party, I have banned TikTok in Montana. We're going there? We're going now. Everyone's a communist if they use TikTok. Oh no, this is not good. It says the governor's office claims in a news release that penalties will be enforced by the Montana Department of Justice. Wait, what? Hold up. The penalties will be enforced when you use TikTok. You're kidding me. This makes no sense. It says that anyone in violation of the law. So you use TikTok, you're fined $10,000? No. What kind of... Who is this guy? This is... Man, if I were in Montana, I'd be like, what do I do next? Yeah, okay. Let me read this. I'm so sorry. I have a lot of opinions on this. I think maybe you do too. It says the governor's office claims in a news release that penalties will be enforced by the Montana Department of Justice and that anyone in violation of the law is liable to pay $10,000 per violation and also liable for an additional $10,000 each day the violation continues, according to the text of SB 419. It says here, according to a statement provided to a news outlet, it says Governor Gianforte has signed a bill that infringes on the First Amendment rights of the people of Montana by unlawfully banning TikTok, a platform that empowers hundreds of thousands of people across the state. See, they're already against. That makes no sense. It says there, we want to reassure Montanans that they can continue using TikTok. He's already got problems there. To express themselves, earn a living, and find community as we continue working to defend the rights of our users inside and outside of Montana. Huh. I got no clue. It says last month, Montana became the first state to pass a bill banning the app, which raised concerns from technology experts about how realistic expectations were around enforcement. So wait, if someone uses this is I mean, okay, if people really want to talk this, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. You're becoming that you're becoming what you say you don't want, but is. Just so you know, parts of Asia actually do this. They report on each other, and then you know, who did that? Hitler, right? They reported on each other, said, oh, if your neighbor or someone does this, report on them, and then they turn them in. Yeah, that's what he's doing. Okay, so I got a question. Man, I wish Jess were here. I wish Jess were here. Can he call in? Does he have the ability to call in? Does he? Can somebody put out a message to Jess? I want to hear what he has to say about this. I think he knows. He doesn't? Aw, man, I miss that guy. Post that you love him and you miss him and that you want him back. Is he looking for another job? He better not look for another job. We cannot afford that. No, we cannot replace him. We cannot replace Jess. No. I think, can he at least tell us what he thinks? No? Shoot. Okay, the guys miss him. I know, me too. Anyway, long story short, if you use it, you get reported on. I think they're going to fight. I think they're going to repeal it. This makes no sense. There you go. So, how does that make sense? I don't think that can. I don't think that can. It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. Does anyone get it? Go ahead and let us know on social media what you think. I think it can't stand up. There's no way. No way. How do you do that? How do you do that? Some have argued that banning the app may infringe users' rights. Yeah, that's what he said. Montanans are indisputably exercising their First Amendment rights when they post and consume content on TikTok, according to Jamil Jaffer, executive director of the Knight First Amendment Institute. I'm sorry, that sounds like a video game place. The Knight First Amendment Institute at Columbia University. In a statement, because Montana can't establish that the ban is unnecessary or tailored to any legitimate interest, the law is almost certain to be struck down as unconstitutional. Do they understand when TikTok met with like the people over, the big dogs, that they said, look, we may be a company in China, but that doesn't mean China owns us. China doesn't own. You know how many businesses do business with China? Do you know how many? And do you know how many are based there? Do you understand? You know how many vehicles are made there? Do you know how many parts are made there? Do you know? Does that mean we ban everyone from China? Come on, we're not even at war with China. I know some people are saying, is there going to be a war? But so far they've been doing, they haven't invaded. Russia's invaded. If you're going to ban anybody, but if there's a company in Russia, I get that. I just don't get it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. Is he on a bandwagon? Are we going to see this in certain states? I guarantee kids are like, I am not about this. They're going to go the other way. Maybe it works. I don't know. There you go. Let us know what you guys think. That's the story we're sticking to it. But yeah, that's you really got to read that story. I didn't read that story before. I was like, okay, they banned TikTok, big deal. I didn't know you cannot enforce it. $10,000. Imagine your kid using TikTok. You're like, put down the phone. Don't let people see it. Not, right? You're that parent, right? You're maybe that uncle or that aunt. Don't talk to people. Right? Now you're that state that you say, commie. Use that C word. Oh, man, you cannot say that. That's what they're saying, communist. You can't use the word commie? I'm so sorry. Communist or commie is a thing back in the day. We're going back there. Yeah, that's what happens when you find for using TikTok. What's going to be next? You know what? My Twitter. I don't know. Are they going to ban Twitter at some point? Because they do business in other states of not necessarily. They originate here, but they're not owned by the U.S., right? Facebook, same thing, right? Not owned by the U.S. There have been times where, certain people are like, hey, we need that information because there's, and they go, well, we're going to fight that. Remember the iPhone? Remember that? It was a huge thing, and they're like, look, Homeland Security. They're like, okay, fine, there's information. No, I don't know. But the point is, I don't know what to do with that. I really don't know. I think it's a campaign thing. Come on, this is when things get weird. I'm just saying. So that's what you have to understand. All right, I see this. Here's a headline. I don't know where to go with this. I'm not gonna lie. It says 7 inmates hospitalized after potential fentanyl exposure at Washington State Jail. Did you get the headline? Inmates. I feel sorry for them. An incident at a Washington jail prompted a significant emergency response and sent 7 inmates to the hospital after potential fentanyl exposure. Well, how did they get exposed? Did they fall on the ground and it happened to be there? What? It was at a prison. The incident resulted in 7 inmates being transported to a local hospital with no fatalities reported. Did they fake it? This is how they get out. They break out. Yeah, that's a big... Go watch Prison Break. According to the Everett Fire Department, 23 emergency response units responded to the incident. 23? Exposure to well, how did they get it into the prison? Think about it. They smuggled things in. Yeah. A deadly synthetic opioid likely resulted in multiple overdoses. Spokesperson for you guys are getting played. They're gonna break out, man. They already tested you. Done. They didn't even die. They're going. The rate of fentanyl overdose deaths have spiked by 279% since. I get that. Got that. People are, it's all over. It's all. But come on, no. According to the facility's website, the jail houses roughly 875 inmates across the general housing module and specialized housing. The module where the overdoses took place was placed under lockdown. Yeah. Did they say how it got there? Come on. Drugs get into the prison system. They faked it. Then they break out. That's how they break out. Anyway. All right, people, we're out of time. Make it a great day. Whatever you do, remember, life is for living. Live it well. Get Jess back. All right. The guys are like, bring Jess back. We want to do in... You doing me in? Be back with